Good morning, grade 7, and welcome to your comprehension class. This week we'll be looking at comparing and contrasting texts, characters, and so on. So, the lesson objectives are to define what compare and contrast means, identify strategies to compare and contrast two texts, analyze and evaluate information. So, compare and contrast basically shows how two or more things are alike and how they're different. You use Venn diagrams. You can see a Venn diagram here where you can easily compare and contrast. So when you compare things, you're saying how they are similar or alike. Some of the common words that you can use to compare would be like, as well as, have in common, likewise, similarly, not only, etc. Now, when you contrast things, you're saying how they're different. So words that you can use to contrast would be however, but, yet, whereas, even though, instead, unlike, etc. Comparing with a Venn diagram. In a Venn diagram, the similarities appear where the circle overlaps, which is here, you can see the cursor there, and the differences appear where the circles do not overlap. You can use a Venn diagram to analyze the similarities and differences between any two topics, characters, etc. Comparing and contrasting texts. So even if two pieces of writing are about the same topic, they do not always present the same ideas. This can be because each author has a different purpose of writing, a different point of view about the topic, or access to different information. You have to read the following historic accounts and then circle information that is similar in the text and then underline details in each text that do not appear. I'll give you 5 minutes to read it and maybe make notes on the piece of paper that you have. Now, if you see, both texts discuss the same event, but each author wrote for a different purpose. The first one that the woman wrote was about her personal experience, while the second one writes to inform the readers. So it's about the same event but written for a different purpose. And here on your screen now, you could see the information that is similar in both texts, like the date, the day, the name of the people, and so on. And underlined are the details that do not appear in the other texts. For example, the first text mentions that the lady, she turned 12 when she watched the Neil Armstrong landing on the moon, but the student who's writing the history report doesn't mention that. And then the student, on the other hand, mentions like after how long was Armstrong followed by the other astronaut, while the lady does not mention that. Okay, so this is how it's about the same topic but from different point of views and for different purposes. Now that brings us to our second task, which would be in a separate file you have a comprehension passage attached, which is basically 2 articles about the creation of Spider-Man, and there are a few questions that you will have to answer. Do remember to hand in your assignment on time. Thank you very much.